is set for the CNN Reagan Library debate in Simi Valley. Carly Fiorina will be joining the 10 other leading Republican presidential candidates.
Political analyst Jason Cable-Rowe is here with all his analysis. Look, this is a big debate. I think bigger than the first one, actually.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first one was fun, but I think the second one's going to be even more
Why do you
fun.
think so?
Well, I think now that we know what to expect, I think everyone now knows you can't miss these things. I mean, we thought the first one would be exciting. We thought it would get a lot of attention. Historic reviews for Fox and CNN has, I think, increased the cost of buying ad time for this debate by some astronomical numbers. So I think everyone realizes that this is a show you don't want to miss.
Let's talk about the Trump factor in this debate coming. He has really dominated the headlines. How does he actually come forward? Do you think this is the debate where he's going to come forward with actual ideas, or do you think, or he's going to keep doing what he's been doing?
Keep saying he's amazing.
And keep saying it's going to be
people
wonderful.
are stupid and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
The better he says he is, the better he seems to do in the polls. I think strategically, if he's smart, he'll start to come out with a little bit of substance in this debate and show people that there's more than just the blustery rhetoric to his candidacy. For the other candidates, I think is where the challenge lies. I mean, no one's really benefited from kind of just stepping back and letting him do his thing, and no one's really benefited from trying to spar with him. I mean, the reality is, if you want to really spar with Trump, you've got to get in there and be willing to have a sustained fight, and you don't look very presidential doing that, and it kind of undercuts your brand. I don't think any of the other group really, other than Christie, has the reputation of being the kind of bully that you would need to be to keep up with Trump.
Interestingly enough, I think if Carly Fiorina does in this debate what she did in the previous debate, and that is very specifically point to issues that relate to Trump, Trump may have his hands full with her.
If she keeps it highbrow and just undermines the kind of his narcissism in this thing, I think she can come out looking like a star. I think it will be very difficult for him, depending on how she approaches him, to go after her in the same way he did even Megyn Kelly.
On the flip side, what would you say to the Jeb Bushes of this debate? Those kind of in the middle of the pack, career politician types. What would you say to them to advise them to get out of the middle of the pack?
It's a tough spot to be, because Trump and Carson and even Fiorina, if you put their numbers together in national polls and in some of the states, they represent more than half of the electorate in this thing. So there is a desire for that outsider. Jeb Bush, has to inherit his family's legacy, and that doesn't just mean the politics, it means the careers in public service. He was a two-term governor, and so people are kind of acting like he's this insider and part of the establishment. He really isn't. And if you look back at his 8 years as governor of Florida, he was a remarkably conservative governor. I mean, I think there would be very little that conservative activists and Tea Party types could look at in Jeb's 8 years in Florida and say that guy was a moderate or a rhino or part of the establishment. He pushed the edge of conservatism as a leader.
What do you expect from Ben Carson in this debate that will be different from the last debate?
I expect him to try to show that he's got a little more chops than we saw the first time on foreign policy. You could tell even when he answered the question correctly that he was thinking through what to say. There was a lot of things that I think for him, this is very new territory, and you can't fault anyone for not having kind of the depth on these issues. But this is going to be a foreign policy election more than any since maybe 2008. And 2008 didn't even turn out to be because of the economic collapse. So given what's going on in the world, that the big line of attack to attract swing and non-Republican voters is the Obama presidency in the area of foreign policy. I think Ben Carson has to come out and show he's got some chops.
Well, it's certainly going to be very, very interesting on Wednesday. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Jason.
If it was up to Donald Trump, he would have Jimmy Fallon playing Donald Trump being the moderator at this debate, because then he'd control everything. It would be amazing.
It would be huge.
It would be huge.
All
Jason,
right.
thanks so much for being here.
All right. And don't forget, KUSI's Ross Becker, of course, will be live in Simi Valley for this debate. He will be here joining us on Good Morning San Diego as well, with a preview on Wednesday.
Should be a fun debate to watch. All right. How would you like to own a piece of Beatles history? You can do just that by going to an upcoming Ringo Starr auction.
Ringo memorabilia. We'll tell you what's up for auction, what's up for bid when we come back.
And Brad Perry is at the charity ball this morning. Hey, Brad.
Hey, good morning. That's right. We're here to strike out arthritis. It's a great way for to raise money for a good cause. We'll talk about that when Good Morning San Diego returns right after this.
She's beautiful. She's perfect. She's a blessing.
Penelope was born at 25 weeks gestation. She was 1 pound, 6 ounces.
I wish I could take her spot.
It was 1:30 in the morning. My wife woke up and she was laying in a pool of blood. It was to the point where I was saying bye to her.
Jessica was in dire straits at that moment. We went ahead and pulled the baby out. I thought this was the first mom that I was going to lose.
This is our miracle baby.
This is beautiful.
Today's a day of celebration. That's right, Penelope.
You did it, baby girl. Happy birthday. You're 1.
The Sharp experience begins when you choose a doctor at 1-800-82-SHARP or sharp.com.
KUSI uncovers derelict boats on our bay in a special investigation. So what's being done about these dangerous eyesores? Starting at 5.
Sweetwater Harley-Davidson of National City is looking for some payback.
Explode Fight Series has done it again with 6 titles on the line with plenty of payback. Alex Higley takes on Sam Rodriguez, and Matt Spencer enters the cage against Matt Legler with 4 more XAFS titles on the line. XFS Payback, brought to you by Sweetwater Harley-Davidson of National City and A2M Contractors. National Home Remodeling.
You shouldn't have to empty your wallet to fill your tank. Nissan makes America's most fuel-efficient full line, and one car that uses no gas at all. Choose what's right for you. Choose the 38 mpg Highway Altima with 0% APR for up to 72 months. Or lease and sign and drive. Hang on to more of your money. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. There are 500,000 people in San Diego living with arthritis.
And there's a bowl-a-thon charity event happening today that's trying to raise money for the San Diego Arthritis Foundation. Brad Perry is bowling for a good cause. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Brad.
Yes. Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, this is a great cause. And let me think, Krista, how long, what year is this one?
This is our 4th year.
4th year?
Yes.
I've been coming 4 years. Wow, I missed last year.
Yes, you did.
But I was here at the first one.
You were, but thank you for coming again.
And we got to mention, this is all of the staff from all the different massage companies and all different kinds of companies have come together to raise money. You've actually given the kind of like the part day off a little bit. Some still go back to work. But they've all raised money by going out and talking with their friends and doing different things, right?
Correct. And we've also had a lot of bake sales in the clinic as well. We've done a lot of things to get members and guests to donate, just mentioning this great, Arthritis Foundation and what it's going to mean for the kids and for adults that have it as well. We raised $33,000 last year, so our goal this year is to raise $35,000, and I think we're definitely going to hit our goal this year.
And let's remind people how this came about. This came about because you guys are actually working on a very small child as a client.
Yes, we were. We were working on a very small child. Her name was Erin. She was a member out of our Solano Beach location. And we became to realize that, arthritis doesn't just affect adults, it affects children as well. And so we really wanted to take part. We're Massage NV partnered with the Arthritis Foundation, and it's really nice for us to be able to help locally as well.
There's a lot of other ways to help out. And here goes the young lady I love seeing, Miss Nancy. How are you doing today?
I'm terrific. How about you?
I'm doing great. As we were saying, that arthritis strikes everybody. And as we mentioned, this bowl-a-thon got started because of a little girl. And next to me are 2 young men here we're going to talk to in just a minute. But let's remind people about arthritis and also what you guys do here in San Diego to help.
What's interesting is that people think arthritis is an old person's disease. While there are 430,000 adults in San Diego that battle this disease, 60% of them are under the age of 65. But we have 6,000 children that have been doctor diagnosed with arthritis. So unfortunately, it's an equal opportunity disease. What happens with Healing Hands for Arthritis Day on Wednesday and this bowling tournament and all these funds stay here in San Diego. They help send kids to camp. They help programs and educational services for adults. They help us